G'day guys, Paul here from Safetech Hardware. I've been in the fencing game for 25 years and I'm really excited about these two products I'm about to show you. We're going to install a set of Coilklik adjustable hinges and X2 Viper gravity latch. First we need to take a look at what we're going to need for the project. Okay, so what we're going to need is fairly simple. We're going to need a square, a screw gun and a drill, a hacksaw, a scriber, appropriate drills for drilling through the post on the latch, or a step drill. I've also got here 5/16 hex drive bit and a 2-point Phillips head bit. Okay guys, so here's the Coilklik hinges. These were originally designed for vinyl gates, however they'll work on metal, steel and everything else. I'm so excited about these little babies. They are probably the most innovative thing I've seen in the fencing industry in the last 25 years, and you're going to see why. In the packet is all the screws and hardware you're going to need, including the adjustable tools that just make these so fantastic. Complementing our Coilklik hinges today is the Viper X2 gravity latch. It's key lockable from both sides, and this little baby is so easy to fit, your kids could do it. Okay guys, the Coilklik is a laterally adjusting hinge. It has a mechanism which traverses in and out by means of a screw. Typically I probably wouldn't use this hinge on a gate so small, but for the purpose of the exercise, to show you how it works, this will suffice fine. Okay, so I've placed the hinge where I want it and it's orientated the way that needs to be. Simply screw it on with the screws provided and continue. So now I've got my hinges securely fastened to my gate. I'm going to put the gate frame and I'm going to level it up, align the legs on the gate post, and I'm going to just screw them on like so. Check the top of the gate's level, do the same on the bottom. Okay, so you'll notice there's some elongations for vertical adjustment on these hinges, so I can lift that hinge up a little bit, lock it off, check its level. Once I'm happy, I then put the centre screw in there to lock the whole thing off. Okay guys, so now we've fitted the hinges. Here's the really cool part. These hinges adjust laterally, top and bottom. So with a simple tool provided in your drill, you can place this in if you watch the other end of the gate, and you can adjust your levels and widths accordingly, but more about that later on. Okay, so now we're going to need a latching system for this gate. We've chosen the X2 Viper, as I explained before, and this is just how easy this thing is to fit. So firstly what I need to show you is, obviously not all gates swing from left to right. The great thing about this latch is I can reorientate my left to right operation, as simple as that. So now I've screwed my brackets, or the first bracket, onto the post. I want to check that the brackets line up with one another, and I'm only screwing the inside for now. Now that our brackets are on, it's time to drill a hole for the rod, the actuation rod, where it goes through the post to actuate the latch in either side of the post. There's a couple of different ways to do it. I'll show you both, starting with this. On the bottom hole, I'm going to scribe a circle. I'll then take this bracket off and I'll drill it. Once I've removed the bracket and I've made a circle with my scribing tool, I can then take a pre-drill, place it in the centre of this, and drill that hole. Swap the drill out for a 13mm and repeat the process. Here's the other method I was going to tell you about. Rather than taking that other bracket off, this is the other way of doing it. I have here a stage drill or a step drill. I'll leave the bracket on here. These screws aren't screwed in, just the sides. They go through the centre of my bottom hole. And drill that out just like that. Okay, so now I've drilled my hole through here, through the post, and we have a corresponding hole on the other side. I'm just going to replace my latch body and just check its level at the top. I take two longer screws and lock it off. Now I take my actuation rod, and if you look at it carefully, there's incrementation of what thickness post it is. In this instance, it's a 50mm post. So what I'm going to do is come to the 50mm line on the rod, and I'm going to cut it with the hacksaw right on the line. Okay, so now I've cut my rod at 50mm. I'm going to insert it into the keyed end. There's a slot, you can't really get it wrong. You've just got to make sure that that all goes in properly. You can then turn this left and right and back to the center. The riding should be facing up and down. Once that's correct, place it through the hole. It'll line itself up into the spigot of the other unit. Your screws are already pre-drilled there, and lock them off. Take your longer screws and lock these off, and we'll check the operation. Just ensure when you're locking this unit off that the top is level on both sides. Once they're screwed off, your latch should operate from both sides. Okay, now that our latch bodies are on and they're functioning from either side as they should, please note I haven't put a key in one of these yet. That is the very last thing you do. Take your striker pin, position it on your gate, and align exactly where it needs to sit. I'm just going to scribe the inside hole here, so as I can now insert my screw. Now you can see that that's sitting a little bit high. I have elongation in that screw hole. I just want to make sure that that latch sits exactly in the centre of that, and then screw the rest of the latch body on. Now that that's locked off, my striker and latch should be working from either side. Fantastic. Now the gate's functioning, we just need to apply a little bit of spring tension to the hinges so the gate self-closes. The tool provided into the hex slot, click, click. On these big hinges, 2 clicks is going to be plenty for this gate. You probably want to think about a gate stop. I'm not going to fit one today, but on a gate that's going to close hard on a latch post, it's a good idea. It just saves the wear and tear on the latch. However, these are very robust. Okay folks, that was really simple. The X2 Viper latch, key lockable from both sides. Of course you can use this on pedestrian gates, solid gates, Colorbond gates, aluminium vinyl, whatever. The same thing with the Coilklik. It has a close rate of 84 kilos, and the lateral adjustment makes it so versatile. They're a great combination. It's been fun making this video for you guys. Check us out on www.safetechhardware.com for anything else you may need to know. Follow the links, or by all means, just pick up the phone and give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Have a great day.